I'm Derek Thompson, the host of the podcast Plain English. We tackle technology, politics, culture, history, everything that's happening in the world and why it matters. New episodes of Plain English drop every Tuesday and Friday on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. All right, it's official. I think I've discovered the ultimate coupling of all time. Like any good relationship, they really balance each other out. One is super sweet, and the other, well, they can be a little nutty sometimes. It is, of course, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the perfect combination of peanut butter and chocolate. So perfect, some would call it true love. Find Reese's now at a store near you. This episode is brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay knows that when it comes to jewelry, authenticity is the real gem. When you see the blue check mark that says Authenticity Guarantee, it means your next piece will be carefully inspired by jewelry experts and will always be worth its weight in gold. Whether you're looking to make a statement or build the perfect everyday look, eBay is making sure you get the real deal. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that jaw-dropping piece will always arrive jaw-droppingly real. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms. Welcome to Bachelor Party. I'm Juliet Litman. I am here with Callie Curry. Callie, hello.
Hello, hello.
We haven't talked Bachelor together for a while.
I know. I'm actually really excited. I'm also in such a good mood after 4 slices of pizza.
Well, that's great. I just housed a pint of blueberries that were really good too. So I'm fired up. I love summer fruit.
A pint of blueberries is not what I thought you were going to say compared to pizza. I thought you were going to say ice cream, but
I'm showing you my empty container
of blueberries. If it was full when you got it.
It was. I was starving when I got home and I had my box of imperfect foods waiting for me. Anyhow, a lot's happening in Bachelor Nation. There's just like a lot of news. I also apparently have had my Bachelor blinders on because I missed some of it. So we're going to do a bit of a recap of what's been going on, share some takes, and, let's just dive in. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Yes, I am. There's a lot to cover.
I think probably what's getting the most attention, though I don't know if it's the biggest news story at the moment, is Becca Kufrin proposed to Thomas. Callie, as the number one as the number one Thomas supporter, how do you feel?
We are very happy that this happened. Thrilled that she proposed to him because, I feel like, 2 things. One, earlier when we were talking, you just said Becca, because I feel like she's Becca and the other Becca's Becca Tilley. She has Becca, right? I feel like 99% of Bachelor Nation loves Becca. Right?
Agreed. She's very popular, yes.
So for her to propose to him, I'm like, yeah, I was right the whole fucking time.
It's pretty cute. It's a cute move.
It is.
I like that a lot. First of all, it's cute that in the photos, which we'll come back to, you know how usually in engagement photos is the woman putting her hand on the guy's chest to show off the ring or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those photos?
No, I do not.
Okay. I wouldn't judge you if you did.
We did not have a photographer at our engagement.
Okay. Interesting. Again, we're going to come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that these photos really show off Thomas's ring and not necessarily hers, though she is also wearing a ring.
She is.
I think. But I thought that was a cute touch and definitely very modern.
Does she buy a ring for herself?
Yeah, see, that's some of my questions. I felt a little bit less oh, this is so sweet when she finally posted about it, which was a few days ago. Where this is total SponCon. She tagged the picnic people, how you can do a picnic on the beach or whatever. And I'm
she tagged the ring people too.
Yeah. So I respect it, get girl got to eat, get paid, get that green. But I'm also maybe just do one thing that's really just for you guys and not for Spawn or for Instagram.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel. I'm really into getting free shit. So
I am too. Don't get me wrong. I love a free meal.
I get what you mean. There's special moments where you're this is not for Instagram.
Yeah. And
shouldn't be paid content.
You're obsessed with your wedding. You talk about it all the time. It's really sweet.
Best day ever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sweet, but it's like also genuine. And like, though there may be photos because you're a normal human, it's not like, you were like, what can I get for free on my wedding day?
Yeah, no, actually we had opportunities to do stuff, but we're also weirdly private.
Yeah, which is not weird.
It is weird. We're weirdly private. There's private is okay. I think Seth and I are weirdly private. It's okay. I know it is a little weird.
I don't know. I personally don't find it weird, but whatever.
Well, thanks. But that's the reason why we were like, no.
But, then on the other hand, I think it is like in a sort of ridiculous way, like a pretty big deal for Becca to propose. Like, think about it. Even on The Bachelorette, when the Bachelorette chooses
it's
the
still
person,
the other way around.
They still have the guy propose. Like, the guys still pick out rings. So
I love that.
Cool.
She said, I've been proposed to twice and it didn't work out well. So I figured like I should do the proposing.
I like that too. It was cute.
Would you ever propose to someone?
Yeah, I would. I think it's cute. I feel like in general, proposals, though not often shown this way on television, including The Bachelor, like I feel like most proposals is just kind of like perfunctory. It's like you guys have decided already that you want to be together for a marriage. So I at least that's at least how I imagine it. I am not married nor engaged, so I don't really know. But I just feel like it can't be a shock if it's a good relationship.
Yeah, no, I was not shocked. And I knew we were going to get engaged, but I was not going to propose to him because he needed to do it.
Why? Just like out of...
I think because I had a kid. Like, I think it's like I have a fucking kid propose to me. We're already basically married.
Just to be clear, his kid, not just a kid.
Yeah, his kid. His kid. And I did not at all want to get... I didn't want us to get married because we had a kid. You know what I mean? Like, 0% of me wanted that. But then afterwards, we were still together, still very happy. I'm like, okay, we're definitely going to get married. And it didn't happen. I mean, it didn't happen right away. And so it got to the point where I was like, by the way, it wasn't that long now and I'm like reliving it in my head. But like, it got to the point where I was like, okay, like you're proposing or what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
So I feel like I got to that point in my head, so I wouldn't have ever done it.
Did you ever say that to him?
I asked him what his plan was. Like, I was like, what's your plan for us getting engaged? And he was like, oh, we'll probably get married this year. And I was like, well, it's January and you can only get married 3 months out of the whole year. So if you want a wedding this year, you need to propose to me yesterday. And he proposed to me like 2 weeks later.
Oh my God, that's pretty funny.
But I found out he had the ring for a long time and thought he had to propose on a holiday.
What?
Yeah, he was like, I was going to do it on Thanksgiving, but there's too many people there. Then I was going to do it at Christmas, but we ended up going to Utah with your family, so I didn't want to do it in front of everyone there. Then I was going to do it on New Year's, and we went out. I was like, wait, you could have just done it on a Tuesday.
Yeah, seriously. It doesn't. That's really funny. That's cute. I think you guys are cute. Anyway, I would propose. I think it's nice. My best friend proposed to her husband. And
oh, really?
It's like a sweet story. Yeah.
How long are they married now?
They're still married.
How long?
They've been married now for 6 years. What year are we in? Yeah, 6 or 7 years, something like that. Somewhere in the 6 to 8 range. They met in college and they got married when we were like 10 years later. So I don't know. It was cute.
You know what's really crazy that this kind of makes me think about? Like, obviously we do this pod, we talk about stuff, we think stuff is staged, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I guess it actually works.
What? The show?
Yeah, like people are actually getting married or have been married and have kids. Like, it's a really crazy thing that this works.
This is my theory on it. A lot of the couples from the show specifically don't work, right? Like the people who like pick each other through the process of the show. But then once you're in Bachelor Nation, people seem to find each other. And I think that's what you're referring to, right? Like Ashley and Jared and Jade and Tanner.
I mean, yeah, a lot of Bachelor in Paradise success.
Yes. But that's because it's like basically I mean, it's like, this is going to sound really stupid because dating IRL is dating, but Bachelor in Paradise is like a dating app IRL. It's like all of these people who enter the situation with like similar expectations, looking for something. And also it's kind of like with a dating app when people are like, when someone like texts like, so what are you looking for? Or like, do you like, just like, should we meet or not? Like, just decide. It's very similar. It's like rose or not, or like, should we continue this or no? Like, it's a very like direct and straightforward way. Plus they have this unique shared experience of having been on reality TV. So it's like, and it's like an ever widening pool. And also it takes a certain type of personality to go on reality TV, as we've discussed.
That's true.
And so
That's
I think
true.
those people find each other. So I just think it's like, it's kind of like going on a cruise, like a singles cruise.
Ugh.
Which I would never do. Cruises, absolutely not. Never.
Yeah, we don't need to even discuss. It's disgusting. Okay, but as someone who's watched the show forever, what's the success rate of Bachelor Pad? Not this.
Well, Bachelor Pad was only on for like 2 or 3 years. And it was
Did any couple come from that?
I don't think so.
Like Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelor. Oh yeah, I got it right.
You
sounded
said it
really
right.
weird when it came out.
You're growing, Callie.
Bachelor in Paradise. I feel like the success rate is nuts. And there's a ton of dating shows. I feel like this has to be pretty high.
Yeah. It's also, it is. You're right. But
it
I also
is
think
also a lot of hot people.
Yes. And I kind of believe in that. Like people tend to be on the same level of attractiveness. Like you're in the same range in terms of the scale. Not always, but like pretty much. And then also I feel like couples start to morph into each other. So then they start looking the same, dressing the same.
I would agree with you unless someone is rich, either the woman or man. And usually the scales tip.
Yes. Especially
severely.
when it's like a really schlubby man and he's just like really rich.
Old.
And you're like, how did you get such a hot broad on your side?
No judgment, just saying.
Yes, it's a good point. Anyway, Becca and Thomas, they're engaged. I hope it works out. She seems like a really lovely person. And
they both do.
As the captain of Team Thomas, I'm happy for you.
Honestly, I should get an invite to the wedding.
You should. You were his first fan, but no one believed in him.
I've been protecting him since day one.
It's really true. All right, next. Probably the biggest story, though not getting the most attention. Becca Tilley has hard launch with her girlfriend, Hayley Kiyoko. They posted on Instagram. They've been together for 4 years. And she seems really happy. And this is, I think, a big deal because she's on The Bachelor 2 times.
So happy. They're very cute together. Both of their like social media posts after the fact I thought were so sweet.
So sweet, yeah.
Also, I know people like knew about it, but for the most part, to keep it pretty private for 4 years is incredible.
Yeah, it makes me think that Becca's like pretty normal.
It makes me think that the people around her, like whoever she stayed friends with, including Becca.
Yeah.
Like they have to be decent people.
Yeah, I know, definitely. I hope we get to hear about her experience being on The Bachelor and sort of whatever her journey has been with her sexuality. Just because I think it's like pretty interesting. And I think I don't know how she defines her sexuality, so I don't want to apply a label to it, whether it's, one thing or another. Whatever it is, I think it must be a pretty unique experience to have gone on The Bachelor, the most heteronormative show possible, and then end up in a non-heterosexual relationship. So I just would love to hear from her. I actually reached out to try to get her on the pod because I'm just like really curious about what that was like for her. She has her own podcast, so you also can, hear her talking there. But when she's ready, I'd love to chat about it. I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
I also really liked her on the show in general. So
yeah, super sweet. Also,
super sweet, super fucking pretty.
So pretty, yeah. Also like it makes me think about Demi and Christian when Demi was dating Christian on Bachelor in Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And then they broke up, and I don't. Again, Demi's sexuality is for her to define. But that just because Christian hadn't actually been on the show, and sort of the way that Demi has been such like a participant in a lot of the ridiculousness, it just like felt inauthentic. And it would be great to like hear Becca's authentic talk about her relationship.
Yeah, agreed. Also, it's pretty cool that people are, feeling more comfortable.
Yeah.
No, just, being more comfortable with saying who they are, feeling like it's okay to do that. I really like that. Especially for someone who went on this show. Because I feel like in general, society grown up. I don't know, another word, matured. But evolved, sure. But the show, even the premise alone, is still a little in the past.
Yeah, it's super retrograde.
Yeah.
It's crazy that so many people still like it, given all that. But anyway, next, finally married. Jojo Fletcher and Jordan Rogers. They did it. By the way, Jojo's best friend is Becca, and vice versa. So they were
Becca
both
Tilley. Becca Tilley,
yes,
right?
Becca Tilley, yes. They finally got married several years later. And I can't believe it actually happened.
How many years?
Let's see. Jojo was the Bachelorette in, I believe, 2016. So it's 6 years later.
I'm very happy because I love Jojo. She's one of my favorite Bachelorettes of ever. She might be, she's top 3 for sure. Top 3 Bachelorette. And
she was great.
A lot of people did not want her to pick Jordan. I wanted her to pick Jordan. So
I did too. Also, it was so clear the entire time.
Yeah.
That it was, yeah.
I think they're
So
a really
clear.
cute couple. And I love that they did this a very normal way. Like 6 years seems a lot since The Bachelorette, but dating for 6 years and getting married is very normal.
Yeah, completely.
Also, how old is she? She's probably like,
I think she's like 30.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, she's not very old. She's 31. Nailed it.
Yeah. So if I met someone at 25, getting married at 31 seems very on track.
Yeah, like about the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after they announced they finally got married, reports came out that Aaron Rodgers was invited but no-showed. And then I believe I saw on Bachelor Reddit that some have speculated that they leaked that information so that it would be known that that they invited him.
Also, I read that Aaron and Jordan recently repaired their relationship, so people thought Aaron was going to come, which makes you think maybe he didn't leak it.
Oh, interesting.
And maybe one of the 200 people that were there leaked it.
Or just like a random person who happens to know that.
Yeah. Like there's just so many ways this could have been leaked. It wasn't a 3-person wedding.
Who do you think has a better relationship? Jordan and Aaron Rodgers or Princes William and Harry?
William and Harry.
Apparently they've been having weekly Zooms. So I think William and Harry as well. They also have this trauma bond. So who knows?
Sure. There's so much that has happened in that family that I don't even know.
I'm happy for Jojo and Jordan. They have a show coming out this summer. It's called it's about divorce. It's called The Big D, which is funny because obviously they are not getting divorced. They are now married.
Also funny because don't they live in Dallas?
Yes, they live in Dallas. Yes, I think that's another piece of it.
A lot of plays on words there.
I know. There's just a lot going on, but I'm hoping that means that we can get them on the show, but we'll have to see. Fingers crossed on that one.
I would love that.
Me too. I've been trying to get Jojo and Jordan on for literally for years. They're like my white whale. Here's a description of the show. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's the first of its kind dating show format that follows 10 divorced couples living under one roof as they search for love with one catch. Their exes are with them. Will they reconnect with their ex or will they find someone new?
Ooh, that actually sounds like an amazing show.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ultimatum meets The Real World meets Love Island. I'm in.
I wonder how old these people are.
I know. That's a great point because the Ultimatum people were rather young. So
too young, yeah.
We'll see. This takes place in Costa Rica. Costa Rica is their spot. I'm going to be watching it. It's coming on July 7th. Can't wait.
I will also watch it.
Side note, Callie, how are you mentally and emotionally preparing for Love Island, which is coming back?
Oh my God, we're so excited. Me and Seth went through the contestants the other day. I thought it was the 9th, and today at dinner, Seth was like, it's the 6th, right? And he's like, every night we're gonna have something to watch. We are pumped.
I'm really happy for you because also like that means once the finals are over, there'll be no gaps in your TV schedule. So you go straight into
no gaps. Also,
should I watch?
Oh my God, please. Oh, that would make my life if you watched and if we potted about it, because there's so much to pot about.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay. A lot of content.
Also, so much content, including Gabby and Rachel's season. We're just about 6 weeks out, people. July 11th. The teaser came out last week. Pretty low budget. Disappointing.
It's cringe.
They quote Mean Girls. Rachel says to Gabby, come on, get in, whatever. We're going shopping. I forget what the line is.
For her husband. Wink.
Yeah. And it's just like, let's do better by them. I don't know. I know it's just marketing, but I'm nervous. This is not a good sign.
Not a good sign. Also, I'm like, guys, you have a fucking star in Gabby. Don't make her do this shit, please. Please.
I know.
Let her fucking write the commercial. I'm sure it would have gone better.
It would have been much funnier. Have you been watching some of her TikToks now that she's back?
No.
She like did some weird on like her shoes where she's like standing on like the edge. I don't know. It's weird. Gabby is so goofy. I love it.
Wait,
I'm fired up, but I'm like dying to know what the format and the structure is going to be of the show.
Yeah.
Like
there's so many different ways they could play this. They're really playing up the best friend angle. So like,
I know. And I feel bad for their actual best friends. Like they just met. I'm sure they really like each other. But they have actual, I hope they have actual best friends. I'm sure that Gabby does.
Okay, maybe. Sure. But we've discussed this so many times. People go on this show and come out and they're best friends. Greg, Grippo, and Andrew, I don't know who they were before they knew each other.
It's true.
Like, who were they?
I wonder. That's a great point. And so I also really hope that their respective relationships don't get in the way of their friendship. So they seem to be all over the place.
I love them so much. So much.
They're cute.
I was going to jump into one of our new topics because this leads directly into it, but I have a question for you first.
Okay.
Are you one of those people who is like, you don't like anyone else to call your best friend their best friend?
No. I understand that people have different relationships that morph. Also, I just have a lot of close friends. Not to talk myself up too much, but like I have a lot of close friends. So I understand that my close friends could also have a lot of close friends,
Yeah. So, I have 3 friends where if anyone said that if someone were like, oh, it's my best friend, I'd be like, no, it's not. I know who their best friends are. It's not you.
I think there's different tiers and there's different like circles, and I think friendship is complicated. And as I've said, I take it very seriously, but I understand that like I can't be the only one who gets to call someone a best friend if I have multiple best friends,
No, I'm fine with not being the only one, but I know who their best friends are.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course. Let's talk more about Greg.
Yes.
So something that I missed, I had no idea about. Greg has a girlfriend? Did you know he's dating a model?
No. Okay. So apparently he's been dating this model. They have been rumored to be together. They were following each other. Then recently he unfollowed her and they're pretending they're not in the same place. And people think it's because he's going on Bachelor in Paradise.
And he is like with his family at the Jersey Shore. And she posted pictures of herself in like a bunch of places that are very easy to determine are also in the same town in the Jersey Shore.
Yes.
So they are together.
So
I think
how does that work?
I think it's a problem for the show for Greg to go on with a girlfriend. I think this season of Paradise really needs our buy-in. There's a lot on the line after all of the outside drama that infiltrated last season. And like, while I enjoyed it, and I like can't believe, I was actually just going through Instagram today and I was like, why do I still follow Brendan? All he does is post pictures of videos of him and Piper like trying to go viral or doing SponCon. Anyway, we need a genuine season of like snow globe drama. Like what happens on the beach needs to have begun on the beach, and then, we'll see where things go.
I think that's really hard because they all know each other.
I understand that, but everyone knowing Greg has a really hot girlfriend and then going on Bachelor in Paradise, like just that's too much.
They haven't
suspension
started
of
filming,
disbelief.
right?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. The Bachelorette just finished, so it probably is like in a week or two. It's usually the month of June.
Interesting. It'll be interesting what happens. Like, he has to still be with her, right?
Yeah. I mean, as of like 2 days ago, yes. If she's with his family, I mean, some people are different. Some people, the threshold for introducing to their family is like pretty low. But I think going on vacation with your significant other's family is like a milestone.
Also, Greg seems like someone who really cares about what his family thinks.
Yeah. And also like wouldn't introduce like anyone.
But would I like to see Greg on the beach? I surely would. I wish he was the Bachelor.
Well. I know.
They didn't want to listen to me, and they had fucking Clayton. By the way, I still love that season, but I wish it was Greg.
Me too. Really wish it was Greg as well. We know we're getting Andrew. Obviously, he's
can't wait.
I know. I really hope he finds. I don't know if I want him to find love because I don't want him to be boring, but I want a lot of Andrew. But I would be interested in like not a full show, but like some kind of like YouTube show about that friend group of Trey, Mikey, Justin, Andrew, and Greg.
Would love it all. I would watch all of the content. I don't follow any of them. Randomly go to their pages to see what they've been up to.
Let's revive Quibi just to have a show for them, a short form show.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Me too. Me too.
They're by far like the best friend group that's come from this show.
They're like the only ones you'd actually want to hang out with. You know what is part of it? They don't post that many pictures of themselves with girls, and you could tell the guys really like each other when they're just like just making jokes about each other.
I'm trying to think, have I ever even seen a girl in any of their videos? I don't know. Maybe I've seen like videos where girls are there when they're like at campuses and stuff, but like a lot of people go from the show and they're like, oh yeah, I'm with hot girls. That's like not them. Also, they always look like they're having so much fucking fun.
I know. This is not the cliche of like, oh, you're living your best life. They're actually living their best lives. Like they're really doing it right.
So happy. Their dance parties, I have to be a part of one at some point.
It does seem fun. Seems like a great time.
They seem like they all have really good personalities too.
Yeah.
Specifically, Greg, Andrew, and Justin.
I don't know if I could say Justin has a great personality. I haven't seen enough, but I'm the most attracted to him by far. He's very handsome.
Very, very hot. But he does weird dances and makes weird faces. So I feel like he probably does have a great personality.
Yeah. He's probably just like picks his spots.
Mm-hmm. Also,
some more. Yes.
Has to be hard with Greg on one side and Andrew on the other.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And Trey's in the crew and he seems to also be a talker.
And Mike is randomly in the crew.
I know, which is like so interesting to me. He was spotted with a girl from Clayton season. I can't remember who it is. Tweet me. Let me know who it was, people. This episode is brought to you by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. eBay knows that when it comes to jewelry, authenticity is the real gem. When you see the blue check mark that says Authenticity Guarantee, it means your next piece will be carefully inspired by jewelry experts and will always be worth its weight in gold. Whether you're looking to make a statement or build the perfect everyday look, eBay is making sure you get the real deal. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that jaw-dropping piece will always arrive jaw-droppingly real. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms. This episode is brought to you by Visible. Maybe you've already let your New Year's resolution slip. We all have, but you can still make a 2 year's resolution with Visible. Right now, you can get a one-line wireless plan from Visible for just $20 per month for 24 months. 24 months is basically 4 Bachelor seasons. That could be 4 engagements, 4 broken engagements. So many other couples we didn't see coming. It's really an eternity in Bachelor Nation. And that's unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon with no annual contracts. Switch now at Visible.com and use the code VISIBLE24. Don't miss out. Offer ends January 31st. New members only. Promotional rate with service on the Visible plan. For additional terms and network management practices, see Visible.com.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You might say all kinds of stuff when things go wrong, but these are the words you really need to remember. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They've got options to fit your unique insurance needs, meaning you can talk to your agent to choose the coverage you need. Have coverage options to protect the things you value most. File a claim right on the State Farm mobile app and even reach a real person when you need to talk to someone. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
More Paradise rumors? Could Pilot Pete be going? And would you want that?
Yes.
That's a yes from me.
It's a yes and yes. Why not?
I think Pilot Pete makes bad decisions, and that's great in Paradise. Like, he just kind of like can't handle this shit, and he would just like be excited to make out with basically too many people. I'm in. Let's do it, Pilot Pete.
I'm in also because I think he is attractive enough to where a lot of the women on the show would want to be with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't handle that.
No.
Well,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Also, I just want to let you know, I've met him. He's actually tall. Like, he's like, he's a legit 6'2", like legit.
Oh my God.
And
what?
Well, that's real world tall, Callie. Sorry, you don't.
I thought you were
going to
be like 6'6". Thomas is real world tall.
No. TV, he's TV tall, excuse me.
I mean, 6'2" is still like taller, but that's just not what I thought you were going to say.
Taller than you.
He is taller than me. He also, I think, and I could be wrong, but in Bachelor universe, if you are ever the lead, that just gives you a leg up on everybody else. Like,
totally.
You're more wanted automatically.
Totally. It's kind of like being rich. It's like, oh, he was the lead. Oh, she's rich. Like,
it's like being the star player on a team.
It's like having an asterisk next to your name.
Being an all-star.
Sure. You know, it'd be funny if Bachelor in Paradise introduced, this is now
All-Stars?
gone, but I liked it. No, it is All-Stars. But I like it All-Star Weekend when they have the jackets that have the different accolades, like the stars and the trophies and like whatever. If or like a football teams when they give out extra stickers on their helmets when you do something good.
Mm-hmm. Hall of Fame jackets.
Fun. Yeah, I think it would be fun if there were some kind of like, you know, just like awards you could garner. And then like every time you came to Paradise, it's like, what are you adding to your jacket this year? I don't know. I just feel like let's gamify it a little bit more.
At the end of Paradise, there's superlatives. And you have to live with that for the rest of your life. The first day of Paradise, if you are to come back, you have to wear something that has your superlative on it.
Yeah. It's kind of like on the hills when Lauren didn't go to Paris. You'll always be the girl who didn't go to Paris.
Also, there has to be bad ones too. Like stinkiest. Because especially in Bachelor in Paradise, I'm sure somebody stinks there.
Oh yeah, someone who's just not wearing enough
and they're
deodorant.
In such close quarters.
Girl who didn't shower, that would be me.
Also, like, the people
kidding.
the people that they show like have sex and they're like full sweating all day long. It makes me vomit to think about it. Yeah, someone's fucking stinky. So there needs to be bad ones too. So you have to watch out for those.
Messiest, least fun drunk. So many good ones that we could give out. This also reminds me, side note, this is a little bit darker, but Demi went on Peter's podcast and they both are kind of like allegedly outcasts. Although if Peter went on Paradise, it would be different. And so
is Peter an outcast?
I think because he started his own podcast, like they don't like the powers that be don't like that.
Oh.
So anyway, they were talking about how like there's just like footage out there of them having sex. And Demi was saying that when she and Kenny had sex in the boom boom room, she was like really playing it up for the cameras and like really like going after it, just getting after it. So yeah, it must be really weird to live in the world knowing that it's like you have like a sex tape that like someone else has complete control over.
I've never thought about that ever.
I hadn't either until Demi and Peter talked about it.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gross. It's weird.
There has to be some sort of like, they can't ever put it out.
I hope so. There's probably like some kind, I don't know, but you know, they signed away like all their rights in these releases to go on the show. So it's tough.
Also, like, if you're playing it up, probably means that you don't care if it ever comes out, right?
I don't know. She probably regrets it now. I don't know. Demi also says she's been diagnosed with autism. So I think she's having a reckoning with herself.
It seems like she's trying to figure a lot of things out.
Yeah. Wish her the best. Next, more updates. I totally missed this, and this is just me mentioning it. Anna from Matt's season is dating Chris Bukowski, who's been on so many times I don't even know what to call him. They're both Chicago people, so I guess I get that. But super weird. Just like, wait, what? I forgot about Chris.
Really weird. Neither one of them were like fan faves by any means.
No, certainly not.
So maybe they relate on that?
Probably. A couple more pieces of news. Ari Lewandijk. He
did not know that's how you said his last name, but
I think it's actually Lewandijk. It's apparently he's going on The Amazing Race.
I love that show. I watch every single episode, so I will be tuned in.
You know, I've never watched it.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I know. I should get into it. Maybe I should watch some old seasons.
Maybe we should do it.
You and me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that idea. That'd be fun.
I hope they're listening.
I just feel like I might let you down, but I don't know. You'd be our athlete, and I would
be the smart one.
Be good at maps or something.
Yeah,
I'm good with maps.
Can you drive stick?
No, but I'd learn for the show.
Okay, that's what we need. I have no interest in learning how to drive stick. So
okay, I love a challenge. That sounds great. Next, this has kind of been out there for a while, but we've never discussed it. Blake Horstman, Blake from Becca Kufrin season, is dating. I don't really know how to say her name. Gia from Love is Blind season 1. She had a very volatile. Yeah, she had a very volatile relationship, if I recall correctly.
Giannia and her, I hope that's how you say her name, and her ex.
Yeah, he was like a ginger kind of. I also forget his name. These people I just can't remember. But I think that Blake and Gia went on a reality show together that hasn't come out yet. I'm pretty sure that's how they met.
Oh yeah, that is actually true, I think.
So we have that to look forward to. Blake was very nice the one time I interviewed him. I am not surprised he's dating someone else from the reality TV world. You told me something I did find surprising, which is Blake decided to like reinvent himself as a DJ, but like not like Diplo or something, but like just like someone who picks songs essentially. Maybe does a mashup here or there. And apparently he did a DJ set at Coachella.
Yeah.
That's very disturbing to me. Has Coachella fallen that far?
Well, no, not at like the actual festival. Like at a party at the festival.
Nevertheless, someone needs to
I don't know.
Their standards.
Also, I just went to his Instagram and it literally says Blake Horstman DJ. So that's what he does.
I don't even know what he was doing before.
Was he a DJ on the show? Like, did it say DJ?
No, this completely happened after the show. Like, he had like a personality transplant or something. I don't know. It's just very, very strange.
I would love to know what kind of music he plays for his sets.
I'm sure we could find that out, honestly. So we can look into it. Last thing. I said last thing before, but actually last thing. Madison. The so-called
I was going to
winner.
be really upset if you didn't bring this up.
The so-called winner of Peter's season. She has a boyfriend. They did a hard launch. He looks so much like her father. It's disturbing. It's like so crazy.
That's not what I got from that. But
well, I got that. And then additionally, many people called her out on this, appropriately so. They used like their photos to do like missionary work on the continent of Africa as a way to announce this, or basically like turning the people they were allegedly helping into props, these people of color, Africans. And it was so gross and weird. And I just like could not dislike Maddie more.
I just thought their captions were really strange. It was like, yo, with my shorty. And she was like, yeah, with my G. It was just like really, really strange. I didn't even notice the pictures. I was just so consumed by the caption. And I did a deep dive on, I was so confused about who her boyfriend was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot.
What did you learn about him? Anything good? I think I don't even know what his name is.
His name is Grant.
Grant
Trout.
Yikes.
He's definitely loves rap music and is a huge Christian and poses weirdly, like sneakers.
She
That's
likes
what I got.
sneakers too. She likes sneakers too. So maybe they share that.
Also, his caption rhymed.
What was it?
It's really long.
Oh, okay. We don't need to read it.
I just want to, let me just read the first two sentences.
Okay.
So, kind of got something I've been keeping on the low. My shouty, Madison. Like,
where's the rhyme there?
Oh, maybe hers rhymed. Yeah,
also,
hers rhymed.
Producer Devon tells me he's the son of a billionaire.
Ooh.
So
that's a selling point.
Exactly. It's like being the Bachelor. It's like
what
Peter,
his,
asterisk. Grant, asterisk.
What does his dad do?
Devon, what does his dad do? Do we know? Devon says his father founded a company.
Interesting. I did some digging and didn't find that. So great research, Devon. Wait, founder of Excel Communications, a text-based telecommunications company that offered long-distance phone service. He's worth $1.5 billion.
Jesus. Wow. Okay. All right, Madison. That's a lot of money they can be funneling into Auburn University for recruits.
Yeah. Also, that makes way more sense. His Instagram posts.
Do you think there'll still be a lot of wow, Devon says he bought each of his sons' amateur basketball teams so they wouldn't play video games. That's insane. I need you to go really deep on Kenny Trout.
Yeah, I'm going to. Also, do they still play video games? Like,
I just hate video games. Anyway, this has been our Bachelor News Roundup. Listen, the show's coming back soon, so we're gonna start training. It's kind of like this is like a ATOs
preseason.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to start getting our endurance up. We're going to get our weight right. We're just, Miami Heat culture is coming for us, and we're going to be ready by July 11th. So, hope you're all going to be ready too. Yes, Callie? Any breaking news on Kenny Trout?
Breaking news on Kenny Trout is that he owns Windstar Farm and raises thoroughbred horses in Kentucky.
Whoa.
And has had a horse that has won a Triple Crown.
Whoa, that's a big deal. And also happens very infrequently.
Yeah. Also, he has horses that have won, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 horses that have won the Kentucky Derby.
Wow. Have you been to the Kentucky Derby? I went in college. It was fun.
No. I would like to. That's on my list after going to Monaco.
Well, that's obviously very high on my list as well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Devon Manze, for producing this episode and for the crucial information about the Trout family, who could be Madison Pruitt's in-laws one day. Thank you, Callie. This has been a delight, as always. We'll be back next week.
Adios.